Most passengers get off the ship at the end of their cruise, but what if you're not done yet? I just filmed what it's like to stay on board Jewel of the Seas for a back-to-back sailing where I stayed for a 4-night and a 3-night sailing, and I filmed the entire back-to-back process, including the parts that nobody tells you about, the going through immigration and then getting back on the ship. Come with me and I'm going to show you behind the scenes. Hey y'all, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I'm Linnell. I sold everything and now I live on cruise ships full time. If this video is a blessing to you, I want to encourage you to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and then turn on notifications. Hit the bell for all notifications so that you never ever miss another video. And follow me on my journey from poverty to paradise. If you've never done a back-to-back cruise before, you might be wondering how it works. Do you really have to get off the ship? Do you sit in the terminal for hours? Or can you just stay in your cabin until the next sailing begins? Every terminal has different procedures and every ship has a different procedure. Even ships that are a part of the same cruise line, they might even do it differently. In this video, I'll take you step by step through exactly what happened on my turnaround day aboard Jewel of the Seas. Spoiler alert, the whole process took only about 25 minutes from start to finish. A back-to-back cruise, often called a B2B, simply means you've booked on consecutive sailings on the same ship. Instead of heading home and reboarding later, you just stay on board and roll right into the next itinerary. Sometimes you get to stay in the same cabin if you were able to book the same cabin on both cruises, and sometimes you have to move to a different cabin. I've done it both ways. When I have the same cabin like I did on Jewel of the Seas, then I get to just leave everything in my cabin. I don't have to pack up, leave everything as is, and all I have to do is take my valuables or my, I don't take my valuables. I lock everything up in everything that's valuable up in my luggage. I take my important documents, so my passport and my SeaPass card, and I take my cell phone with me, and that's it. I leave everything in the cabin when I have the same cabin. I don't have to do any packing. If I don't get the same cabin back to back and have to move to a different cabin, then in that case I pack up everything in my luggage, bring my important stuff with me, my documents, and all my other stuff that gets packed in the luggage. The cabin steward will either take it to the new cabin or they will coordinate with the new cabin steward so they can take everything to the new cabin. So I don't have to actually take any of my luggage with me, even if I change cabins. That process is easy peasy on my end. Some people do back-to-back cruises to extend their vacation. Others do it to combine 2 shorter cruises into 1 long trip. For instance, if you have a 3-day and a 4-day like I did and you want to make it a 7-day cruise. Some casino players and loyalty cruisers often take advantage of special offers this way. Here's how the day started on this back-to-back cruise. On turnaround morning, the ship has to reach what's called a 0 count. That means every single guest from the cruise who are not a part of the B2B process must be scanned off the ship before the next cruise can officially begin. All of us who were staying on board gathered in the main dining room where the crew kept us comfortable while the rest of the passengers disembarked. It felt a little like being a part of a secret club. We just sat back, relaxed, and waited for the announcement. Once the ship reached 0 count, the staff came to collect us as a group. On most B2B cruises, they give us our new cabin card when we check into the dining room or wherever the waiting room is for that cruise. Most of the time, it's the lounge or the main dining room. We scan our old card to get off the ship. Then when we get back on the ship, we already have our new card ready to start the new cruise. Jewel of the Seas did it a little differently. So this is a little different. This is the only time I've ever seen this on Jewel of the Seas. They don't give you the card, your new room card, during the back-to-back process. They give it to you after we're done. Just have a seat, please. Because they don't want you to mix up the old card with the new card. So she still has our cards. Where am I going? Here? There. Where are we going? Here? Seven. No, it's the same. 7534. Thank you. Yeah. This is the only, how many ships have I been on? This is the only time I ever seen it like that. She said that there's, people mix up the old card with the new card and then it's a hassle. So that's why they don't give it out on this ship until after you've already scanned out with the old card. We walked off the ship together. We went to a waiting area in the terminal, and then the crew realized that there were still a few of the previous cruisers that were still on the ship. So we had to wait. It wasn't long though. Once they confirmed the 0 count, our group went through the terminal and into the immigration area. Once that was done, the rest of the process was fairly quick and painless. Instead of showing paperwork or filling out forms, we simply walked through the facial recognition. No luggage, no lines, no stress. We were required to bring our passports or our ID. If we didn't have passports, you had to bring your ID, driver's license, state ID, and your birth certificate, just in case there was some kind of glitch. But nope, we didn't have any problems and everything was smooth sailing. From the time we left the main dining room until the time we stepped back on board the ship, it was about 25 minutes total. Reboarding as a back-to-back guest is one of the best parts. The ship feels completely empty because of all the previous cruises are gone and the new ones have just started getting on board. But as a back-to-back cruiser, we are the first ones on the ship. First one on the ship. And most of the time, because I'm filming, I'm usually the first one on the ship. Not always, but most of the time I'm the first one on the ship when I'm doing back-to-back cruises. Yeah, so we're the first ones on the ship. Nobody's on yet. Good morning.
Good morning.
Getting back on the ship when there are no other passengers except for us B2B cruisers and of course the crew that's already on the ship, that is the perfect time to explore, to take photos, or just enjoy the pool deck with no crowds. And for me, sometimes I realize that, oh, there was some spots on the ship that I didn't get to explore because everybody else had already gotten to those first. So now it's my time to go and be the first one and grab my spot, especially if it's something like a hot tub and it was busy during the first cruise, and the first time when you're on the ship you're kind of getting your bearings and trying to figure out where to go and where everything is. Now on the second cruise you already know where everything is, so then I can go straight to the hot tub that I want to get in. Most of the time it's in the adult area, but sometimes I just want to find me a lounge spot at the very front of the ship, and now I'm the first one there, so I get to find my special spot. So again, this is the perfect time to explore and just make your way around the ship. On turnaround day, you get a glimpse of the ship like you'll almost never see it. And that's it. The entire process was very organized, very simple, and way faster than most people expect it to be. So the next time you're considering a cruise, think about booking a back-to-back cruise. For me, I think it's a really great way to extend your trip. Some ports like Galveston have a completely different process. If you've been on a back-to-back cruise and the process was different, do us a favor and share your experience in the comments so others will know what differences they can expect to see. And now you know exactly what happens on turnaround day. And of course, me living full-time on cruise ships, sometimes I do turnaround day multiple times because I might be on a ship 1, 2, 3, even 5, 6, and up to, I think the most times I've done was 5 times on one ship. But if you make sure you subscribe, there is an upcoming cruise ship that I'm going to be on for 15 back-to-back cruises. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you check out any notifications that come your way so you can see exactly how that is going to happen. Thanks for watching while I go and make some more helpful videos feel free to check out this video right here where I share how much it cost me for my first year of living full-time on cruise ships. I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope to see you on the next cruise.